Yellowstone doesn't have a fountain as good as this one. Well, I want to take this apart and see what exactly happened. If you saw that short video. Well, that's not what you want to see. Hopefully it's just a hose. It acted like it blew a radiator hose or something. It was up high, but the cloud was so good I couldn't look up and see what was going on. And in usual fashion, something simple isn't going to be simple, because when I took the muffler off, it's now stuck to this pipe, and the pipe came out of the manifold, which probably means there's going to be some welding involved. So that's always fun. But we'll get this stripped down, and then we'll try to see what's happened. I just so happen to have a new radiator hose that has been in the front seat of my car for over a year. So I'm thinking that's probably what it was, because it looked bad, and that's why I ordered this new one and just never got around to replace it. So we're gonna tackle it today. Well, I'm afraid it's more than just a hose. Looks to me like this old radiator is on its last leg. It seems very, very poor shape. That's not good. Looks like maybe it's blown apart. And I'm thinking that it probably was coming out of here. When it was hot, it expanded enough that it started shooting out of there. But this hose is none too good either, so I think I'll go ahead and change the hose, and then I'll put water in it and see if it'll even remotely hold water at all, or if it'll come out somewhere. If it holds water, I may just run it with the cap loose for a while so that I can still play with it until I get a new radiator. That's a trick you can do if you have a leaking radiator, is just to loosen the cap. It may heat up a little faster, but it'll still work, because basically the radiator that you're going to get to replace this one is going to be a zero pressure radiator anyway, so that's probably where we're headed. You can see this had that power steering on it, and somebody's really hacked it up to get that all in here. I'm going to take this bracket off while I have it loose and put that with the rest of the power steering stuff. And of course we'll have to fix our manifold now. I'm also thinking maybe while I got it apart, just as well put a valve cover gasket on it, because looks to me like perhaps it's been leaking a little. I don't think that's all blow by out of here. I think that some of this is probably leaky valve cover gasket, but this is the first time I've ever had the hood off this tractor. I mean, it's been pretty good. I bought it and started playing with it and really never did anything to it at all other than put headlights on it and you know, went right to work. So it's okay if it's time to spend a little money on it. I'm bummed about that muffler though, because I put that on there not too awful long ago, and it has totally rusted itself to that piece of pipe, and that's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it. Oh, you can see that it's split because when you push on this, it's opening. So, and as rough as this radiator looks, I'm afraid it's in the non-repair category, but I might be wrong. Ooh, everything is loose on it. Man. What do you do? Probably just replace it. Now let's see if we can kick a man when he's down. Is this even the right size hose? I think it is. I think it will be. Now I just need to get that bracket off. I guess if you want to see the number, here's the number of the hose I ordered. I don't know that it was easy to find in the parts book, so there it is. The reason being is the 88s had a cast thing and just short end of hose here, so that's might be part of why. I don't remember. I just remember I wasn't 100% sure that this was what I wanted when I ordered it, but it is. Oh, sure, let's throw our new hose on the floor. That's what we want. I might as well go to this other side. It'd be easier. What have we done here? Also, I noticed some other stuff. We put some spacers in the fan, I suppose, because of the power steering, but I don't know about that. I bet I need to get shorter bolts now, because those will not tighten up in here as usual. Always there's something. Well, we're gonna have to table this for today, so we'll just stick that on there, keep the dirt out. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm trying to decide if I take all this extra stuff out, whether this is still gonna fit the right way. I don't like this spacers in here, but I'm hoping the only reason they did that was because of the power steering and not because it was getting too close to like the air cleaner. But I'm not sure that this can be fixed. I think it's going to have to be a new one. Looks to me like perhaps it's already been repaired. I don't know. There's none in there, I'm sure. Well, we're gonna have to just put this on hold till I get some parts. Well, it's the next day, and I got my pipe brazed in. It's not the neatest job I've done, but I did it on the tractor, so that's about as good as can be expected. I need to just get over the fact that there's flammable fuel tank here. I think the fear keeps you from doing a perfect job, but that's fine. It does what I want. It'll work. Sad news though on the radiator, and that is that new ones are not around because of all the stupid supply issues and the fact that we are living in an economy, I guess, like 1950s Cuba. We're gonna have to figure out how to fix things on our own and just cobble together what we can. So I have never soldered on a radiator before, and I did some experimentation yesterday, and that did not go too well. So I went to the store and got some more stuff, and we're gonna give it a go again, and I'm gonna see if I can get it, you know, where it's usable. I think somebody else has done it before, so surely I can do it again. I just need to clean it up really well. I think that was my biggest problem yesterday. I didn't really get it as clean as it should be. I got a little bit of this stuff to stick in here in places, but it needs to be a lot better. Both sides are broke loose, so that is definitely an issue. And I thought maybe that to start with, I would get these sides put together with it on here and then take it off the tractor and work on the tank. I might just have to take it off the tractor anyway to get in here to clean, but I thought it'd be nice to be able to tell where stuff had to be, because this thing is all messed up. You can see over the years that it's had issues. I mean, so, but you can't get new ones, so I'm gonna have to do something. So we might as well work on it. We can't really hurt it worse than it is, I don't think, so I'll get going at that. Well, I wasted enough solder to plumb a 2-story house, but I did get it where the tanks are solid again. So I'm gonna take this whole nose off so I can lay it down and maybe try to get this seam soldered up. Right in here is where they seem to blow, and that's where this one did too. So I need to get that closed up again, and then I hope that we're in business. This still is a very poor condition radiator, but if we can't get a new one, we gotta make this one work for now, so that's what we're gonna do. This is a very original radiator grill screen. I talked about them in where you could get the reproductions through Corvez, and they are almost perfect compared to this. So, but this is actually an original, so pretty neat. I see the screen sock has fallen off the air intake tube, so we'll have to probably do something about that when we put it back together. But so far, I'm not too disappointed with the results of my first attempt at doing this. I'm sure people out there watching think it's terrible and they could do a much better job, but I'm gonna give this a try and see how it turns out. So I got nothing to lose at this point. Well, sometimes it doesn't pay to get out of bed. I would say that this radiator is garbage. And what has happened here is, after having it off the tractor and working on the tank, I guess it was so fragile that it just didn't make it, because I spent some time and straightened the fins, and I think when I did that, I disrupted just things that were barely holding together. So I guess we'll have to wait until one comes available, and until that time we'll just put this together and park it somewhere because we are out of commission. Yellowstone doesn't have a fountain as good as this one. As always, if you like my videos, give them a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.